You walk into the room and your dog gets up and leaves. You reach down to stroke their head and they flinch and pull away. You call them over and they just stare at you from across the room and don't move. And somewhere deep down, a quiet, painful thought creeps in. Does my dog actually not like me? If that thought has ever crossed your mind, I need you to stay with me for the next few minutes, because what I'm about to tell you will completely change how you read your dog, and it might just save their life. Because here is the truth almost nobody tells you. Many of the signs that look exactly like your dog doesn't trust you are not about trust at all. They are your dog quietly telling you that something hurts. And the owners who learn to tell the difference are the ones who catch problems early, while the ones who take it personally and pull away can miss the warning entirely. Hi everyone, I'm Dr. Marcus Reed, your neighbourhood veterinarian, and welcome back to the channel. In my exam room, I'll let you in on a secret. A huge number of the dogs I see for so-called behaviour problems, the ones who suddenly pull away, hide or snap, are not badly behaved and they do not hate their owners. They are in pain or they are sick and they have no other way to say it. So today we are going to go through 14 real signs that your dog doesn't fully trust you, counting down from 14 to the single biggest one of all. But I'm going to do something no other video will do for you. With every single sign, I'm going to tell you the part most people miss, whether it's a trust problem you can fix with patience or a medical red flag you need to act on. And at the very end, I'll give you my exact step-by-step plan to win your dog's trust back. So grab a notebook and let's begin. But before the countdown, you need to understand one thing, because it's the key to this entire video. Why would a dog in pain act like a dog that's mad at you? The answer goes back thousands of years. In the wild, an animal that shows weakness becomes a target. The sick one, the limping one, is the one the predators pick off. So dogs evolved to be world-class at hiding pain and illness. It is hardwired into them to suffer in silence. And the only way that hidden pain leaks out is through changes in behavior. Pulling away, hiding, snapping, going quiet. That is why, as a vet, the first question I ask when an owner says their dog has turned cold is never about emotions. It's about health. Keep that in mind for every sign that follows. Number 14, they won't make eye contact with you. In the dog world, a soft, willing gaze into your eyes is a profound act of trust. When your dog looks lovingly at you, both of your brains actually release oxytocin, the same bonding hormone that connects a mother to her baby. So a dog that consistently avoids your eyes, that looks away and won't hold your gaze, is often signaling that they don't feel safe enough to be that vulnerable with you. But here's your vet lens, and this is important. If your dog used to make eye contact and has suddenly stopped, do not assume it's emotional. Dogs in pain, dogs losing their vision, and dogs feeling nauseous will all break eye contact and withdraw. A sudden change is medical until proven otherwise. But if it's lifelong shyness, take heart. Researchers found that this mutual gaze bond is so powerful, it mirrors the exact oxytocin loop between a human parent and their newborn. That means every few seconds of soft eye contact you can earn from a nervous dog is literally rewiring both your brains to bond. It's slow, but it's real, and it's one of the most beautiful tools you have. Number 13, their tail drops or tucks the moment you approach. A relaxed, loose, gently wagging tail says your dog is comfortable. But a tail that clamps down low or tucks tight between the legs when you walk up is the body language of fear and insecurity. And one detail almost no one knows. Studies show that when a dog feels positive about something, their tail wags slightly more to their right side. And when they feel negative or anxious, it drifts to the left. Your dog is broadcasting their feelings, if you know where to look. The vet lens here. A tail tuck can also mean physical discomfort. Anal gland problems, a tail injury, or back and hip pain will all make a dog clamp that tail down, even with a person they adore. Number 12, They flinch or pull away when you reach to pet them. Touch is how we tell our dogs we love them, and a trusting dog leans in. So when a dog regularly recoils, ducks, or steps back from your hand, it stings and it's easy to take it as rejection. But please hear me on this one, because it's the one I beg owners not to ignore. A dog that suddenly flinches from being touched, especially in one specific spot, the lower back, the ears, the belly, a particular leg, is very often not distrusting you. They are guarding an area that hurts. Ear infections, arthritis, a sore neck, a tender abdomen. If your dog flinches when you touch one place in particular, that is a vet visit, not a trust issue. Number 11, they won't sleep in your room. Out in the wild, dogs and wolves sleep packed together in tight, safe spaces with the pack members they trust most to guard them while they're defenseless. Your dog sees you as their pack. So when a dog chooses to sleep close to you, in your room, near your bed, they're saying they trust you to keep them safe through the night. A dog that retreats to sleep alone, far away, may not feel that security with you yet. The vet lens. An older dog that suddenly stops coming upstairs or jumping onto the bed to sleep near you may not be pulling away emotionally at all. They may simply no longer be able to manage the stairs or the jump because of arthritis. The trust is still there. The joints are the problem. Number 10, they refuse treats from your hand. A dog that trusts you will happily take food from your fingers. Refusing a treat is a classic stress signal. A nervous or uneasy dog will turn down even their favorite snack because they're too on edge to eat. You may have noticed this at the vet's office, when a normally food-crazy dog suddenly won't touch anything. That's stress shutting down their appetite. But here is the critical vet lens. A dog that refuses food they normally love is one of the most important early warning signs of illness I know. Dental pain from a cracked or abscessed tooth, nausea, an upset stomach, or something more serious will all kill a dog's appetite. If your dog is turning down treats, watch closely. This is one to take seriously. In my clinic, "He stopped eating his favorite treats" is one of the single most common first sentences an owner says right before we find a real medical problem. Appetite is one of the last things a healthy, happy dog gives up. So when it goes, pay attention. Number 9, they hide or disappear whenever you come around. If your dog consistently slips out of the room when you enter, or tucks themselves away in a closet, under the bed, or in a quiet corner, it can be a sign they're trying to keep distance from you. Dogs almost always choose to retreat rather than confront. But, and I cannot stress this enough, hiding is also one of the oldest and most reliable signs of sickness in the entire animal kingdom. A sick or injured animal's deepest instinct is to find somewhere quiet and hidden to be alone. So if your dog has suddenly started hiding when they never used to, do not read it as them turning against you. Read it as a possible cry for help and get them checked. The rule I give every owner is simple. Any sudden new hiding behavior in a dog that never hid before gets a vet visit first and a behavior conversation second. Get the order wrong and you can miss something serious while you're busy trying to coach them out with treats. Number 8, they never fully relax or show their belly around you. Sleep and a bared belly are the ultimate acts of canine trust because they leave a dog completely defenseless. A dog that flops onto their back, exposes that soft stomach, and drifts into deep sleep near you is telling you they feel 100% safe. A dog that stays tense, that sleeps lightly with one eye open, that never lets their guard down in your presence, may not feel that safety yet. The vet lens. A dog that can't seem to get comfortable, that shifts constantly and won't settle into deep rest, is very often a dog in physical pain. Arthritis and joint disease make lying still genuinely uncomfortable. Restlessness isn't always anxiety. Sometimes it's an ache. A simple test. Notice whether your dog can sink into that deep, twitchy, paws paddling dream sleep when you're nearby. A dog that reaches full REM dreaming in your presence is a dog that feels safe to the core. And a dog that never quite gets there is either uneasy or uncomfortable. and it's worth figuring out which. Number 7, they don't greet you when you come home. The joyful, wiggling, whole body greeting at the door is one of the purest expressions of a dog's bond with you. So when a dog can't be bothered to get up and say hello, when you walk in and they don't even lift their head, it can feel like a real gut punch of indifference. But the vet lens matters enormously here. A dog who has always greeted you and suddenly stops is showing you a major behavior change. And lethargy, low energy, and loss of that spark are textbook signs of an underlying illness, from infection to thyroid problems to pain. A happy dog that goes quiet and flat is telling you something is wrong inside. The greeting is such a reliable barometer that I tell owners to treat it like a daily health check. If the tail wagging, door dashing welcome ever fades for more than a day or two with no obvious reason, that's your dog's own early warning system going off. Number 6, they constantly lick their lips, yawn, or show you the whites of their eyes. These 3 are the secret stress signals, and once you learn them, you'll see them everywhere. A dog licking their lips when there's no food around, yawning when they're not tired, or showing a crescent of white at the corner of their eye, what we call whale eye, is a dog that is anxious and uncomfortable in that exact moment. If your dog does these things around you specifically, they're telling you they don't feel fully at ease. The good news is that this one is almost always emotional rather than medical, which means it's something your calm, patient presence can absolutely heal over time. Number 5, they clearly prefer another member of the household. You come home and find your dog blissfully curled up against your partner, but the second you sit down to join, they get up and move away. They follow everyone else around the house, but won't spare you a glance. It's one of the loneliest feelings for a dog owner. Often this comes down to who feeds, walks, and plays gently and predictably. Dogs bond hardest to the person who makes them feel safe and is the source of good things. The vet lens is small here, but worth noting. A dog seeking out one specific quiet person and avoiding noise and activity can sometimes be a dog that's not feeling well and wants calm. But mostly, this one is a relationship you can rebuild, and I'll show you how. Number 4, they ignore your cues and won't listen to you. People assume training is all about the dog, but it's really about the bond on both ends of the leash. A dog that doesn't trust their owner simply doesn't respond well to them, and this is incredibly common with newly adopted rescue dogs, who may take months to truly believe their new family is permanent and safe. So a dog blowing off your commands can reflect a trust gap that time and consistency will close. But the vet lens, once again, a dog that suddenly stops responding to cues they clearly know may not be defiant. A dog going deaf, a dog whose vision is fading, or a senior dog slipping into canine cognitive dysfunction, the dog version of dementia, will all appear to ignore you when really they simply can't hear, see, or process the command anymore. Number 3, they've stopped wanting to play. Play is a dog's love language and a sign of a secure, happy animal. When a dog won't engage with you, won't chase the ball, won't pick up the toy they used to adore, it can feel like they've emotionally checked out on you. But this is one of the clearest medical red flags on this entire list. A sudden loss of interest in play is almost never about trust. It is one of the first things to disappear when a dog is in pain, running a fever, or feeling unwell anywhere in their body. A dog that has stopped playing is a dog you need to look at closely, not a dog that has stopped caring. Number 2, they growl, stiffen, or show you their teeth. This is the hardest one for owners to hear because a growl feels like a betrayal. When a dog you love growls at you, it's natural to feel hurt and even angry. But I am going to ask you to completely flip how you see a growl because this might be the most important thing I say today. A growl is not your dog being bad. A growl is communication. It is your dog trusting you enough to give you a warning instead of going straight to a bite. And here is the medical truth I see constantly. A dog that suddenly becomes growly or snappy when touched is, more often than not, a dog in pain. The number one cause of sudden aggression I diagnose is undiagnosed pain. Never ever punish a growl. Punish it and you teach the dog to skip the warning. Instead, ask why. And very often, the answer is that something hurts. Think about it from their side. If your knee were badly arthritic and someone grabbed it, you'd snap too. Not because you hate them, but because it's a reflex to protect what's wounded. Your dog is no different. A growl that appears out of nowhere in a dog that was never aggressive is one of the most reliable pain signals in all of veterinary medicine. And the number one sign your dog doesn't fully trust you yet. They lean, turn, or move away from your affection. It's subtle and it's the deepest one. When you go to hug or hold them, they stiffen and angle their body away. They tolerate your touch, but never melt into it. They turn their head from your kiss. A truly bonded dog seeks contact. They press into you. They rest a paw on your arm. They choose to be near you. A dog that consistently creates distance, that endures affection rather than enjoying it, is telling you the deep bond isn't fully built yet. And almost always, that's not because your dog is broken or cold. It's because they haven't yet learned in their bones that you are safe. Which brings me to the part that actually matters, how you fix every single thing on this list. So how do you win a dog's trust? Here is my exact plan, and it works whether you've got a frightened rescue or a dog that's simply drifted from you. First, and this is non-negotiable, rule out pain. Before you assume any of this is emotional, get your dog a full veterinary checkup because so many of these signs are medical in disguise, and no amount of patience will fix a problem that's actually a sore tooth or an aching hip. I have watched dogs that owners were ready to give up on as aggressive or cold transform back into their loving selves within a week of treating an infected tooth or starting arthritis medication. Pain first, always. Second, stop forcing contact. This feels backwards, but it's the fastest way in. Let your dog come to you. Sit on the floor, turn slightly away, avoid staring, stay calm and quiet, and let them choose to approach on their own terms. There's a simple test trainers use called the 3-second rule. Pet your dog for 3 seconds, then stop and take your hands away. If they lean back in for more, they're enjoying it. If they move away or stay put, they were only tolerating it. Letting your dog decide is the single most powerful trust builder there is, because nothing earns a dog's faith faster than learning that you respect their no. Third, become the source of all good things. Hand feed their meals piece by piece for a few weeks. Be the one who clips on the leash for the walk, who produces the treats, who starts the gentle play. When your dog's brain begins to connect you with everything wonderful in their day, trust follows automatically. Fourth, be utterly predictable. Anxious dogs relax into routine because a dog that can predict what happens next feels in control, and a dog that feels in control feels safe. Feed, walk, and play at consistent times. Keep your voice low and your movements slow and smooth. And never ever punish fear or punish a growl. Punishment teaches a scared dog that you are dangerous, and it sets you back to zero. And fifth, give it time. Trust is not a switch you flip. It's a bridge you build, one plank at a time. And with a frightened rescue, it can take weeks or even months. But if you rule out pain, respect their boundaries, and stay gentle and consistent, I promise you it will come. One day, your dog will rest their head on your knee or roll over and show you their belly. And you'll realize the dog you thought didn't love you simply needed time to feel safe. Loving a dog who pulls away from you is genuinely one of the most painful parts of being a pet parent. And the fact that you watch this whole video trying to understand them instead of giving up on them tells me everything about the kind of owner you are. So do me a quick favor. If this opened your eyes today, tap that like button because it tells the algorithm to show this to more owners who think their dog doesn't love them, when really their dog is just hurting or scared. Make sure you're subscribed so you never miss these deep dives into what your dog is really trying to tell you. And drop me a comment right now. Which of these 14 signs does your dog show? I read every one I can. Now go give your dog some calm, patient, no pressure space tonight and watch what happens. Stay safe, trust your instincts, and I'll see you in the very next video.